What you're about to see are the times fighters straight up refuse to face Mike Tyson.
Entering the ring wearing white trunks with red trim, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois by way of Warsaw, Poland. He weighed in at an even 240 pounds with a record of 36 wins, 4 losses. He has 29 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the WBC number 9 ranked heavyweight contender, introducing the hard-hitting Andrew Golota. Really needing no introduction the world over, entering the ring wearing his traditional black trunks and hailing from Catskill, New York. He weighed in at 222 pounds with a record of 48 wins, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. He has 42 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the youngest man ever to capture the world title, the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Iron, Mike Tyson.
We already went through all the directions in the dressing room. Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Any questions in this corner? Okay, gentlemen, let's do it right. Touch them up. May the best man win.
Garza looking to take charge. Tyson's 42 knockouts in the first round. Fastest KO 30 seconds with Marvis Frazier. Second fastest 37 seconds Robert Collet. The third, his last fight 38 seconds Lou Savary. Golota, stand-up boxer, big right hand, deliberate yet busy, looks to wear you down, but will he be around long enough to find out if he can? Can he keep his composure on this record? Here we go.
Golota looks a little soft in the belly too, Steve.
Tyson quickly looking to get in on the inside. Using the head movement. There's a straight left hand right on the nose. A right hand by Tyson. Another overhand right by Tyson that got Golota on the head.
He gets through this first round.
Tyson, as usual, comes out swinging. Backing Golota up. We haven't seen Golota's right yet.
Golota's standing, you see his legs, he's a little stiff. Mike's not working in behind the jab. There he started throwing.
Tyson's recent opponents.
Man to work with in front of him. He's throwing some big body shots. Golota not throwing any hard punches at all.
Tyson looking to resurrect his aura of invincibility.
Golota's not really using any of the leverage either. He's staying too straight. He's not bending. He's not using that height and that reach. He's slapping a lot. He's still afraid. Nice right hand.
By the left by Golota. And then a right uppercut. Blocked by Tyson. Here's the left jab by Golota. That scores. Misses with
Off his head.
chopping right cross.
He's tapping a little bit. He's not really unloading with these big shots.
Break.
Has yet to feel the extreme impact.
Now showing the big.
We approach the final 30 seconds over the left eye of Golota.
Nice right hand by Mike over the top, too. Again, working that cut.
And a left hook to the head by Tyson.
Off his head. Nope.
Referee's doing an excellent job, Steve. Golota has an overhand right. Watch his overhand right. That is right on the money. You're going to see it. He comes into him, bends. Beautiful. Look at him turn that shoulder in. That is a full power shot. Super slow-mo from the other side. Oh, and you can see the shockwaves sent to Golota's jaw and chin. That is just a beautiful right hand. But he got it quickly.
Didn't take long for Golota to feel the power of Tyson. Golota down to 247 in round 1.
No. Watch your head.
Connecting with a devastating right. Tyson all over Golota.
Maybe might miss a few shots, but you can see there's some fear in his eyes.
Wanting to end it right here. Now a big right hand again. Huge rights to the head. There's another
Watch your head. Watch your head.
Hold on to this man. See, Mike, stop throwing the jabs, not working his way, and needs to stuff that big jab.
High break. High break.
Mike Tyson looking to move 240 pounds into position for
Clean.
the final knockout.
Nope. That's it. Step back.
He approached the final minute of the second round.
Okay, watch your heads. Watch your heads. No punching. No punching. All right? Touch him up.
Not been the storied left hook.
You're doing a good
Tyson
job. Let's
thus
keep it
far,
that way.
but the overhand right just missed with that overhand right.
And he had bad intentions all over that one, Steve. That was a Hail Mary. Throwing the pass for the end zone.
Okay, step back. Step back. Step back. No punching. Step back. Step back.
Mike's got to work in behind the double jab. It'll stop Andrew from holding him so easy. See, Golota slapping here. He can't hurt Mike with that. Not going to hurt anybody with that.
And he seems fearful to throw his right hand, but fear of what might be coming back.
Andrew, get him up.
Obviously, Tyson has to get inside, and here he comes, trying to get inside. But as soon as he does, look at Golota. He's going to hold on for dear life because he's been hurt.
What are you doing?
You fucking do this.
You're going to disgrace yourself.
I don't think he wants to go on. He wants to quit.
He quit. Andrew, what are you doing? Last second, the bell's going to ring.
It's over. He's done it again. Golota quits. Look at this. El Cerro says, I can't believe you're doing this.
And he said it a little more colorfully than that, Steve. I'm telling you right now, Cerro's excited, he's upset, and I'll tell you what, it was a better round considering the first round was on his... But you won't know until you taste the power of a puncher like a Tyson, a puncher like a Duva. What you have inside you, and now we know Andrew Golota will not deal with it. Will not deal with it well.
And you hear the crowd reacting. Andrew Golota, he wants to get the heck out of here. He's coming near us now, gets away. People are throwing things at him.
They're throwing popcorn, soda, beer, everything that they can.
Unbelievable sight here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Golota being escorted off as fans throw things at him after he quits at the end of 2 rounds. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Let's hope this doesn't really get out of hand now. It's getting very ugly here now as they hustle him out into the back area.
Let's talk to the man himself. Mr. Golota, Andrew, the crowd is stunned. They can't believe it. What happened?
First of all, it wasn't my day today, but I got a headbutt. A referee didn't respond pretty much well as he's supposed to.
But you're a warrior, Andrew. You're a fighter. But you're a fighter that the crowd pays.
I got dizziness in my head. That's it.
What made you dizzy? Was it that first knockdown? What about the knockdown? Did you really recover from that knockdown at the end of the first round?
Actually, I was just sleep. You know, I hasn't been hit very well. You know, just I was sleep on the down, and that's it. I stood up.
What do you say to the people who are driving home now, the people who spent the $49.95 for the pay-per-view, the people who were rooting for you, your fans and boxing fans all over the world, at this great and grave disappointment to the sport?
Listen, boxing is a very, very difficult sport, you know, and I'm sorry for...
D'Amato once told him your greatest asset can become your greatest weakness. So he's been working a great deal on his movement the past few months, and here we go. And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely. Seconds into the fight, McNeely on the canvas. With McNeely pounding away, Mike Tyson going to the uppercuts on the inside.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that one shot.
1 minute gone by. McNeely's already been down.
Mills Lane said stop that nonsense because they were starting to butt heads. Oh.
Tyson with a left hook, a right uppercut. Down goes McNeely again.
McNeely's hurt this time, Steve. He's very hurt. He can barely stand up.
He quit. That's it. He quit.
Right,
McNeely has quit.
He didn't quit. His corner threw in the towel.
He didn't quit at all. McNeely didn't quit at all. His corner
McNeely didn't quit at all. He fought his heart out.
And now, as we come back live to the campus of RPI in Troy, New York, there he is, the young protege of Customato, heavyweight prodigy Mike Tyson. The record you see there, 17 wins, no losses, all 17 by knockout. And there's a good look at Jesse Ferguson, 28 years old, a late bloomer who's been fighting professionally only for 3 years. He has fought much tougher opponents than has Mike Tyson. Ferguson believes that experience a big advantage in this fight. Ferguson at 6'1", Tyson at 5'11". Of course, big difference in age. Tyson only 19 years old. What chance do you give Jesse Ferguson against Mike Tyson? Clearly, none of the 7,600 here in the arena believe he has any.
Well, Ferguson's only chance really is in that left hook that we talked about so much already. The problem for Jesse is he doesn't get that punch off as quickly as Tyson. He doesn't get it to the opponent as quickly as Tyson, and he punches a lot wider than Mike does. And if form holds true, I expect Tyson to come right out at the opening bell, jump on Ferguson from that bell, and I really will be shocked if Mike's power doesn't get Ferguson out of there quickly.
And now the place will explode. Of Tyson's 17 fights, many have been here in this area. He has recently been on the cover of national magazines, notably Sports Illustrated and The Ring magazine, a feature in People magazine at 19 years of age. Here we go. He is a fast starter.
One thing we should mention, Jimmy, before the action heats up too much, is this is a 16-foot ring, very much to Tyson's liking.
Starting out, going to the body. A couple of those punches appeared low.
Saw Jesse Ferguson go into the corner and onto the ropes and then counter with left hooks off the ropes.
Referee is Luis Rivera out of New York City. And already Ferguson has lasted longer than have some of Tyson's 12 first-round knockout victims. But now, Tyson got an uppercut through the guard.
Body puncher. One of the things that distinguishes him, even in the amateurs, Mike Tyson can throw great body shots. He takes what you give him.
Standing still and allowing Tyson to swing away at the ribcage.
You saw a few seconds ago one of the things that makes Tyson so special. He threw a tremendous left hook, missed with it, and didn't go off balance. Always in position to punch.
But he went back into the shell.
We may have one of the questions that surrounds Mike Tyson's career answered. Mike Tyson is pacing himself more at this point, Jim. Generally, he would rip punches with both hands without caring about what the opponent did in return in his first 17 fights.
Ferguson landed one good left. Seconds to go in the round. Ferguson about to become the 6th of Mike Tyson's 18 opponents to make it through round 1. We'll be back. We are back and ready for the beginning of round 2 in Troy, New York. Jesse Ferguson stepping out of his corner in the red trunks. The black trunks belong to 19-year-old Mike Tyson.
Ferguson has gone farther than the average Tyson opponent. Apologize for the quality of our audio at this moment. We are on our backup audio line. We'll stay with you. Now we're told that it's Tyson getting through the guard again.
And in that one brief combination, you saw the speed of Mike Tyson, the thing that makes him special. Not just power, but he really gets the punch there quickly.
Tyson has been content to concentrate mostly on the body.
He hurt Ferguson a little bit with one of those body shots, Jim. Right now, Ferguson's just fighting a survival fight, trying to pull Tyson in close where he can't do it, smother his punches. Tyson, on the other hand, is not being as busy as he normally would be.
Ferguson said that he absolutely would not try to wait Tyson out and drag him into later rounds where he hasn't been before. But it might not be an inadvisable strategy. Bout against Mike Jamieson. TKO early in the 5th.
He was in with an opponent that just grabbed him and looked to survive, and he really didn't keep his concentration. And Ferguson, who's not giving him very many punching opportunities, if he continues to stay on top and keep his concentration and keep in the fight.
Their heads are going to be very close together. And Jesse Ferguson, fighting defensively, appears to have made it as far as the end of round 2 against Mike Tyson. Round 3. And Jesse Ferguson is only the 4th fighter to make it that far with Mike Tyson. Good right.
Two of the questions that boxing people have raised about Mike Tyson that have yet to be answered are his chin and his stamina. He's taking a lot of punishment, but he's throwing a lot. And I think the pressure of the event has got to drain something out of him. He is not breathing heavily. He looks in pretty good shape at this point.
You would find almost no one in the arena who believed before this began that it would go to a decision. But if it were to go that far, certainly Tyson has won the first 2 rounds and is controlling the 3rd.
Of course, Muhammad Ali was quicker. Of course, perhaps Floyd Patterson was quicker, although Customato, who trained and managed them both, said that he believes Tyson may be quick as Patterson. But never a man with that build, with that much power, throwing punches that fast. His pro career to date.
You mentioned, of course, the relationship to Patterson. Both fighters groomed by the now late Customato. Their physical attributes are so dissimilar that there is really no direct comparison in style between the 2 fighters.
3 solid right uppercuts by Ferguson, and Tyson did not appear fazed by it. Instead of 10 ounces, would favor a puncher like Tyson. Mandatory in New York State in non-title fights. That flurry right there by Tyson, he did not sit down on his punches. He threw a lot of punches, but they were, for him, pity-pat punches. He's got to set himself. Once again, those are arm punches.
In which, to this point, he is totally in control. Round 4, and Jesse Ferguson now joins 2 fighters, one named Don Halpin, another named Mike Jamieson, as the only 2 men to have made it this far in the professional ranks in the ring with Mike Tyson. In case you have joined us late, the man in the black trunks is the young phenomenon of the heavyweight division, 19-year-old Michael Tyson, originally from Brooklyn, New York, now lives in Catskill, New York. 17 straight knockouts, 12 of them first-round knockouts, coming into this, his toughest test so far.
A few moments ago, Jesse Ferguson looked over to referee Louis Rivera for some help. He just got hit a low blow, as he has been hit a few during this fight. His problem is his trunks are slipping down below his protector.
Now Jesse appears to want to say something to Tyson about the low blow. And the referee warns him not to headbutt Tyson. Beginning to get restless. They would like to see Ferguson fighting a somewhat more offensive effort. Though so far, I have to think he's shown some intelligence, Alex.
Well, let the punch go because he's been safety-minded throughout this fight to date.
Side ABC Sports live from Troy, New York. Scheduled 10-round heavyweight fight between Mike Tyson and Jesse Ferguson. And you're here to tell us there isn't, I'm sure. In this fourth round than he was particularly in the first two rounds of the fight.
Watch your head.
We begin round 5. You were with us at the end of round 4. You saw that immediately following the bell, Mike Tyson delivered a right-hand shot to the body of Jesse Ferguson. Ferguson was quite angry about it. Some of you may have seen Ferguson's cornermen jumping into the ring to keep him away from unnecessary extracurricular activity. Whatever the reason, Ferguson has come out more aggressively in round 5 than at any previous time in the fight, beginning to throw that left.
Mike Tyson has not thrown a punch in this round thus far. Ferguson's done all the punching, not much scoring, but he has kept Tyson at bay. And Ferguson accepted the clinch until Luis Rivera broke them.
3 weeks ago, Tyson scored his 17 previous pro opponents. So Ferguson has at least that distinction.
Not to get in the way of one of Jesse Ferguson's left hooks. I think he respects Ferguson. Broke Ferguson's nose, Jim. He is in desperate trouble. He will not last much longer. Rivera almost stopped it there. Mike Tyson's known as a great finisher. Let's see how he does with Ferguson.
Ferguson gamely hanging in. 4 seconds, 3 seconds.
Tyson punching from very close quarters. The obvious punch right here is the uppercut. He turns around, digs right to the body, and then comes straight up with the right uppercut.
It appeared that the nose of Jesse Ferguson was broken by the brilliant uppercut. Another look.
Tyson punching from very close quarters.
Beginning of round 6. First time as a professional Tyson's ever been in this round. Ferguson trying to jab.
Every great champion has to know how to finish an opponent when he has him hurt. Jesse Ferguson is hurt. Let's see how Mike Tyson does to take him out. It's not going to be enough for Rivera to say break. He's going to have to get in there and force him apart.
Another left.
See, Ferguson just is not listening to Rivera at all. He's just going to continue to hold until he just physically forces him out.
Can't say I blame him.
The only thing Rivera can do is what he just did. Give him a warning. And take points away if he continues to do it. Tyson's making a mistake by letting himself get this close to Ferguson. He must maintain a little bit of distance so that he's going to take a point. He's disqualifying him. He disqualified Jesse Ferguson for clinching and refusing to break when ordered. He had warned him earlier in this round. Jesse Ferguson refused to break. The referee, Luis Rivera, disqualified him, and ironically, that breaks Mike Tyson's KO string.
And Mike Tyson's string goes to 18-0, and you saw the explosive punching power, which has made him the talk of the heavyweight division. Jesse Ferguson becomes the first of Mike Tyson's 18 professional opponents not to suffer a knockout, and he did it by almost forcing the referee, Luis Rivera, to disqualify him. Were there some moments of frustration during the fight for you?
Because, you know, I never get frustrated because I know we have a 10-round limit. And the crop of heavyweights nowadays having a little difficulty going the full 10 rounds. And the way they have it planned in their mind to beat me is to jab, pot shot, and grab me. But it's 10 rounds, and eventually I'm going to catch them.
Did you approach this fight with a little bit more respect for Ferguson physically, the left hook, than you might have brought into your previous bouts?
Not at all. just a little leery because of the lack of experience, but I was surely comfortable when the fight was over. When I came out the ring, I was going to be the winner.
In November, 20-year-old Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion ever by knocking out Trevor Birbing.
That was a right to the body and an uppercut to the head, and Birbing is down.
Tyson. 28 up, none down, 26 knockouts, 2 fights going.
All in 2 years, Barry. His first professional fight a year from last night. But when it came down to the crunch, he decided he didn't want Smith to have the puncher's gloves. So that tells us what they really think. And then what to keep in mind here is nobody wants to fight a big slugger, not even other sluggers.
Here's the tail of the tape. And Smith, of course, 13 years the senior of Mike Tyson. Otherwise, really not a lot to choose in these numbers. 14-pound.
The 11-inch reach is much discussed, but Tyson says when you go to fight a kid in the street, you don't ask how long his reach is.
Fighting out of Magnolia, North Carolina, weighing in at 233 pounds, with a professional record of 19 wins, 5 defeats, with 14 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the WBA heavyweight champion of the world, James Bone Crusher Smith. From Catskill, New York, weighing 219 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career with 28 wins, no defeats, 26 KOs. He is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
This fight has already gone longer than some people expected.
Harold, how do you see it so far? First round. Tyson right on Smith's chest. Strong left jab by Tyson.
There's the first right hand by Smith. Nowhere near its mark.
It's also a straight right hand, and Smith will often come from right to left. Tyson unloading on Smith. Counter-punching right hand.
And is trying to make Tyson punch around his arms. So look for Tyson to try to come straight up the middle with an uppercut.
3-punch combination, 2 of them landed heavily.
Tyson prides himself on also being a good defensive fighter.
Now Smith is being very patient, actually.
Before, during, or after a fight.
Very true. You know, another thing, too, in Smith's corner, you heard Smith say, let me have the towel, and a cut over the right eye of Bone Crusher Smith.
That's the same eye that Larry Holmes opened up. But I can't see as yet where it is.
Going into the eye, but rather alongside it, very similar to that of Tyrell Biggs. From Bone Crusher Smith for holding Mike Tyson. I'm going to say one of the differences between this cut
This is becoming a hitting and holding contest, not very appealing or dramatic.
And you hear the crowd start to boo. It's the first time I've ever heard a crowd boo at a Mike Tyson fight.
What has got into Mike Tyson? Tyson has made Smith look very, very awkward. Just a big lunging fellow now against the speed of Tyson.
Stat numbers that you saw a moment ago, only 23%.
It may be that Tyson is frustrated because he's been unable to land real combinations the way he does in the gyms and on most opponents. Smith is just fighting a defensive fight, and Tyson can't do anything. There you saw him coming around the arm once again, unable to get any leverage into his punches.
Tyson hit him a very good right hook a moment ago, and that really opened the cut up a little bit more.
His opponent often just becomes defensive, and Smith has done a lot of that. Right now, it doesn't look like much of a chance. He's having a hard time getting all the way up to his head.
On the forehead, but enough so that the blood does flow. Little blood now from the cut. And now Bone Crusher Smith going backwards. There was a big right hand by Tyson.
Rather than combinations.
Bone Crusher may be trying to take a little bit of a blow here in this round.
Like fighting a guy like Tyson with the pressure that he puts on you by keep coming at you. And hand to deal with that speeded up.
Now we'll see if he can.
And that Mike Tyson is very quick. He sees these punches coming. They're not quick punches, and he's able to duck them very easily.
Smith saying to Tyson, come on, come on, come on.
No idea what it's supposed to do. His heavyweight rank.
There is another big right hand by Tyson. That's the first one that really backed Smith up.
Throwing a few hard punches in the hopes of connecting and making something happen.
And the man in the black trunks is the reason for it.
Every great fighter has had fights in which I'm not saying Mike Tyson is a great fighter yet. He's a great young fighter. But he's just against an opponent here who's in there to survive and hold as he is now.
And I must say, Bone Crusher Smith is the one fighter I did not think would fight that way. good exchange there. One. Bone Crusher just kind of taunting Mike Tyson, and I'm not sure why.
Tyson doesn't want to get on his chest and be held, so he's staying outside now, but with his short arms, he can't punch from outside.
I don't know, it might just be frustration on the part of Bone Crusher Smith. He hasn't been able to hit him the conventional way. Big left hand.
$750 ringside for this.
Pretty hard to believe.
Earlier, Barry, with the apparent exception of Michael Spinks, who's given up his title so he doesn't have to fight him. The only interesting thing here is to watch Tyson and how he tries to deal with this. But Tyson doesn't seem to be going about it professionally to try to break him down in some way. Punching to, as if to say, are you kidding me? You think that's a punch? Smith landed two decent left hands.
He took one right there.
It's Smith to try to throw some uppercuts as Tyson comes in on him.
Get off that neck. Come on, go on.
So quickly that you just can't get set to punch.
This fight. Can't get to his head, and I think that he's got to go to the body and come up with some uppercuts in order to hurt. I have a question, Barry. You think Tyson looks impressive enough to fight Tyrell Biggs in his next fight?
Relatively, it makes Tyrell Biggs' performance look a little better, though. There was a straight left hand. Throw too many combinations in this fight. That uppercut by Smith was just a little short.
Concentration in a way. He's winning so easily. Nailed.
It's a knockout, Frank Bruno. Admittedly, Bruno is not Mike Tyson. There was a right hand. Big right hand.
Tyson has been headhunting throughout this fight, and I don't recall him getting any instruction to that show.
No, I don't think so.
We wonder what they're going to take out of this for the highlights. Not Mike Tyson's fault. It takes two to fight. Right now, I'd have to say I imagine Larry Holmes is sitting there in Eastern Pennsylvania and thinking,
Yeah, that's the thing. A fight like this brings them all out of the woodwork. Point out that Bone Crusher Smith has only been down once in his career, and that was in his first fight.
trying his best. That just isn't good enough.
Dead hit, come on.
Bag of rocks.
And he really wants to look better. If he doesn't, that can make him do his stuff.
And that's certainly been the case tonight. There was a body shot by Mike Tyson, one of the few he's thrown.
He didn't care who he was in there with. Because prize fighting is drama and theater, and when you have a great athlete and you want to see him perform and tested, and he's not performing and he's not being tested. What we're going to start reading about and hearing about Tyson now is, come on, fellas, he's not as good as Ali, he's not as good as Frazier. And in truth, he's not as good as they are. He hasn't had the record to show it yet.
I think
but it's been said about every champion.
And it's been said about Mike Tyson by Mike Tyson also. He has said he's not great yet.
Joe Louis wasn't as good as Dempsey, and Ali wasn't as good as Lewis.
Speaking of theater, well, a minute and 15 to go in this one. Assuming we've kept you awake.
Tyson is trying everything he can. They are being booed, and I imagine even Tyson is the target of some of them. But Smith should be the target.
A right hand by Smith. That actually backed Tyson up.
That was the best punch of the fight.
For the new WBA WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
popular verdict.
Now the WBA, WBC champion, the only heavyweight champion now in the world. Do you feel satisfied after that fight?
Well, I feel good, but I don't feel satisfied. But as you know, he was just trying to survive. I thought he was going to come out there and try to beat me up, like he said. I thought he was going to try to win.
Could you tell very early in the fight that he couldn't hit you with any punches? He was frustrated and he was just going to hold on?
You know what else I noticed? When I threw my jab, I was hitting him with my jab and I was hurting him with my jab. But I feel like, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to win. He didn't want to win at all.
Was there anything you think you could have done to break him down? For example, you went to the body very, very rarely.
I know. It was one of those moves I saw. I had one of those guys that would just try to throw one punch and catch me. And I knew guys like that would never hit me. And the last round, he hit me with a good shot. He was a hard puncher because I felt the punches in my arm and stuff. But like I said, I could take a good punch. And now I proved to everybody. In the last round, he threw a good punch, and I felt it, but I came right back.
After the first round and the second round, you had words. After the first round, you threw a punch at him, which is so uncharacteristic. Were you frustrated that early?
I wasn't frustrated, but inside, he kept trying to hold me, and he was trying to push his gloves in my face and fight dirty.
But you seem to lose your cool generally because of what seemed like frustration and not being able to do what Mike Tyson could do best.
Well, this I thought it was a good fight for me because most of these guys are going to fight me like this. These are supposed to be the best heavyweights of my day. And, they have no respect. They say I'm a young boy. I haven't fought anybody. Now, what can Bone Crusher say? Is he added to the list of the bums I fought? Then if I didn't knock him out, he fought like that, that makes him a bum too. Ask him if he a bum. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to win. He want to win.
You're a student of fight history. Have other heavyweight champions, can you recall, have had fights like this?
Dempsey, most of Dempsey when he fought the guy in Montana. No, it wasn't
Gibbon.
A boring fight. Everybody else saw only the last round when Dempsey was looking great. It was a boring 15-round fight. Carpenter.
Can you find solace in that? Can you go on to the next fight? Everybody's going to say, well, maybe Mike Tyson isn't all that good.
Well, these things happen. But, the thing that's more detrimental, when I go back in the gym and I go back home and leave the ring, I got to hear it from my trainer, and I'm waiting for it, and I know it's going to be murderous.
Well, Mike, you feel awful bad for a guy who did awful good and pitched a shutout and is the only heavyweight champion in the world.
Welcome to the ultimate guide on how to fight like Mike Tyson.
So, good instructions given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets it! As advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson. Down goes McNeely!
In this video, we'll break down Tyson's unique fighting style, covering his stance, offense, and defense in detail. Everything you're about to learn comes from my personal knowledge, in-depth research, and years of studying fight footage to truly understand the mechanics behind his technique. I'll also be sharing exclusive insights and techniques you won't find anywhere else online. This isn't just another breakdown. You're going to learn Tyson's style in a clear, simple, and practical way that no one else is teaching. Here's what you'll learn in this video. How to adopt Mike Tyson's proper stance, the foundation of his entire style, a deep dive into his defensive techniques, including precise head movement, counterpunching, footwork, body twisting, and how he blocked body shots, how to close the distance and get inside effectively, just like Tyson did against taller opponents, how to stalk and pressure your opponent without being reckless, the art of hitting without getting hit, how to generate knockout power and finish your opponent with precision, and much more. This is the best video on the internet for learning how to fight like Mike Tyson. For a limited time, it's available at a discounted price for the first 5 buyers. After that, the price will go up. You can purchase this video directly from the shop section on my Patreon or become a member to gain access to all of my exclusive videos. As a matter of fact, just check the video description for the link. Don't miss out.